Good morning, one and all. In this video, I am going to explain about your Module 4, Chapter 1, Virtual Memory Management. And in this chapter, these are the contents I am going to cover. So, basically, you already know about virtual memory. What do you mean by virtual memory and how it works? Everything I already explained in our previous chapters. So, virtual memory is a method of using a hard disk space to provide an extra memory. It stimulates the additional main memory, that is called as virtual memory. And here the logical view of virtual memory is as shown in the figure. So or completely your virtual memory is as I said your virtual memory is just a kind of extension of your memory, and you call it as hard disk or any other external devices, just like external devices. So virtual memory is stored in the secondary storage devices. Your hard disk and external storage devices are all are specified as secondary storage devices. So virtual memory is stored in the secondary storage devices. It helps to extend the additional memory capacity and work with primary memory to load the applications. So this is the working procedure, or this is the main application of your virtual memory. And the virtual memory will reduce the cost of expanding the capacity of the physical memory. So as I said you, virtual memory is mainly stored in your secondary storage, so you need not to expand or you need not to increase the capacity of your main memory. So that is about your virtual memory. So that is the background of your virtual memory. In virtual memory, it uses two types of addresses. One is virtual address and another one is physical address. The secondary storage, whatever you will make use, or whatever the data stored in your hard disk, you will call it as a virtual address. And whatever the data present in your main memory, for that you will specify using your physical address. So that is the two difference between your virtual address and the physical address. And virtual memory can be implemented in one of two ways. One is your paging and another one is segmentation. What happens in your virtual memory management is the concept of using virtual memory is what happens for sometimes you, whenever the user or whenever the programmer builds a code, it is not mandatory all the code or all set of instructions should be loaded into your main memory. So whenever you are performing some operation, for example, in any of if you take any example, any program or any set of instructions, you will be performing mainly two operations. One is read and write operation. So both read and the write operation are different operations. So if you want to perform read operations, means you can only fetch or you can only store the set of instructions which is required to perform the read operation. That is mainly taken care by your virtual memory management. So what happens is you need not to load complete set of instructions to your primary memory, so that the whatever memory space management will be taken care very efficiently. So whatever the operations you are performing or whatever the operations you need to perform based on the requirement, the operation or the pages, I already explained about pages and the segmentation in your previous module. So pages is nothing but you are just dividing the set of instructions in a blocks. But what is the difference between page and the segmentation? Pages is nothing but you are whatever you are dividing the set of instructions, it will be of a fixed size. But segmentation is not having a fixed size. Based on the content, it will be dividing as a blocks. So that is the major difference between your paging and the segmentation. So the virtual memory can be implemented in one of two ways. Either can using paging or either can using segmentation. So what happens here, if whenever the programmer or whenever the user writes a code, if the if he written or if he or she written a error handling code, So by that time, what happens, when that code, when that set of instruction will came to existence, or when that set of instructions will run, means whenever there is an error, then only those set of instruction will be called and it will be executed, right? So by that time, you need not to even though you are performing any of the operation, you need not to load all the instructions. If you want to handle the errors, means whenever the error is encountered, if you want to handle those errors, means you will be loading those error handling instructions to your primary memory or to your main memory. So this is the major background, or this is the major working procedure of your virtual memory management, how it works and all. So what are the benefits of your virtual memory management? In your virtual memory, uh, but there are few benefits. First one is less IO needed to load and swap a process, and next one is degree of multi-programming can be increased because you are loading only few set of instructions to your main memory, so you can perform, the processor won't get so much of a load, you are not giving so much of load to the processor, so degree of multi-programming can be increased, your processor will be work in a very high speed manner. And next one is a programmer's logical address space can be larger than the physical memory. Obviously your hard disk or your secondary storage will be having a more size compared to your main memory. So that is one of the benefit of using your virtual memory, virtual space.